Hi everyone, and let's continue reading Irotoridori no Sekai. The previous episode ended up with us learning a lot of stuff about the inner workings of the world and about the god and what's the human's job entails and why his and success rate job in parallel worlds is pretty much zero, like because they fighting against the battle. They seem to have no means to win right now because it's they're facing the force of nature, the god, like that is stealing people alive for reason we don't know yet. But anyway, let's not waste any more time and jump straight to the reading. We're still at the chapter 3, and the purpose of today's stream is gonna be to go through the rest of the chapter 3. Well, feeling a bit restless, I turn the faucet off as I continue. Don't necessarily think you need to start your work right today, and Kana was also with us and heard the entirety of the explanation. So that's why it's kinda got a bit awkward between us and her. Don't necessarily think you need to start your work right today. Oh no. It is very necessary that I do. I need to reach the required sum as soon as possible. Well, yeah, but I guess I just don't see any need for you to rush it.
思い立ったら吉日と言いますよね。その吉日というのが今まさにこの瞬間なんです。私にとっては。それに命短し恋せよ乙女と言いますよね。
Rosebuds while you may. Okay. Wait, what? What's she talking about? Like, what's the sum? Does she mean the cash we used to buy her clothes and stuff for the school? Like, I'm not alone, but in all truthfulness, none of what she just said made any sense to me. So Yuma is also clueless about what's going on. Although I can hardly find a fault with her, and she is so brimming with enthusiasm. To summarize the current situation, I'm worried. This girl is very, very scatterbrained. That's and that's understatement. And sad scatterbrained is currently washing plates. So I can't help but hear the possibility that her clumsiness will leave every single piece of a tableware we have in broken fragments.
ともかくですね。今日からは掃除、洗濯、そしてお料理といった家事全般はこの私にドーンとお任せしていただければなと思いまして。
Cleaning, laundry, cooking, anything you want me to. I've got that handled, and she's gonna break the plate, isn't she? No, you don't have to cook.
でも。
At least let's not make you cook. It's gonna poison everyone. But I can, please. sorry. I can't comply with that. I was always on the receiving end of your gratitude. Also, she blushes slightly and puts her hands on her cheeks. You loved the lunch I made for you the other day. Yeah, but that's seems to be backfire now. So I just have to keep cooking for you. I place my hands firmly on your shoulders. Huh? Huh? Yuma-san? You do not have to cook. Oh, you would be in a quite a predicament if she does cook. I can see my own eyes, but I can only imagine how tragically dead and devoid of color they looked as I said that. I don't. I'm experiencing this rather odd feeling right now. It's like my brain circuits shooting out sparks. The messages of that gut-wrenching taste still remain in my mind. It was so putrid that it seared itself into my brain cells and taste buds. Maybe recalling it causes my brain to feel like it's been disintegrated by some deadly acid. Just to say how severely traumatizing that taste was. Look, that was pretty hectic and all. Aren't you tired? It's technically only because of a certain promise we exchanged, but still, I'm genuinely delighted that she has offered to help with the chores. But, and I know I'm basically repeating myself at this point. I just can't see you kind of bit skilled with your hands. The thought of you injuring yourself from broken glass fills me with dread. The anxiety is just too much. I can't stand still. I wasn't worried about potentially being forced to use Shinku's power to heal that injury. I just feel a bit squeamish seeing others bleeding in pain, and I think that's only natural. But what's not natural is that how you don't give any thought about like interesting to use this power of yours when it has such a big consequences. You had a busy day today. Just let me handle the rest. We can go relax. I know you're eager to get to it, but you can take a day off before starting. Yes, and this is what you mean. Thank you for your concern. I'm fully touched that I returned for my well-being, but like I told you, of course that's Kana Vedilevius. And she's got it their own way. I want to wish that required some. What's the sum she's talking about? I'm still confused as heck about this. I want to wish that required sum as soon as possible. Every day counts, even every second counts. After saying that, she resumes washing the plates. You wanna reach it as fast as possible, huh? Yes, I do. That's what our promise is about, after all. I'll do everything I can to get you to rescue me. But what the sad sum has anything to do with that, like? I promise. Kana and I have exchanged a new promise. So there was another promise that they made. As I guess at the earnest expression in her face, I recall our conversation from less than half an hour ago. It occurred immediately following Suzu-san and Sugar-san's explanation on regarding our work as liberators. Yuma-san? Suzu-san and Shigure-san had already left the dining room and kinda broke the silence.
今教えていただいたお話をまとめてみようと思ったんですけど、聞いていただけますか？
Could I ask you some questions? Answer your question with a wordless nod.
まず、どうして私に
First
こ
of
のお仕
all,
事の内容を教
why
えて
did
く
you
れ
allow
たん
me
ですか？
to hear an depth explanation of the work you do? Why you ask?
私の方からお
I
仕事
said
の
so
内容を
strange to
聞い
ask
ておい
that
て
after I
とは
requested it
私
myself.
も思いますが、それでも
But
全
still,
くの部外
I
者で
couldn't
無
help
関
but
係な
wonder if
私にやすやすと教えてし
as
ま
a
っても
complete
大丈
outsider
夫なお
should
話だった
rebuild
のか
all
な
all those things.
そんな風に思えてしまったので、
Okay, she is bringing up the good point, like, what were you trying to achieve by making you aware of all of this? I guess I will be frank with you.
正直に
What do you mean? I've actually been a bit wary of you from the onset of things. Simply put, I didn't trust you.
警戒心を
Huh? You didn't trust me? You saw it firsthand. Our work is far from the ordinary. In addition to that, we have a distinction between jobs over here and jobs over there. What you witnessed today was a job request from over there. Our enemy in those cases aren't another human. It's a natural phenomenon. Recklessly absurd, I know. All of our jobs requests over here, though, do involve humans. As those, we deal with situations where one party is inflicting harm upon a second party with blatantly malicious motives. We receive requests from the victimized parties and work to resolve things. That's Susan's primary source of income. You have come into contact with an incredibly wide variety of different people over the course of things, and you have yet to see any of the requests that is from over here, not from over there. And quite frankly, there are probably a fair amount of people out there, but they did mention the one about the stalker before. And it did sound quite messed up. And quite frankly, there are probably a fair amount of people out there who harbor significant animosity toward us as a result.
恨みを
Animosity? Right, it's part of the course in our line of work. Nothing we can do about it. People who seek to do evil will naturally despise people who seek to prevent evil from being done. So the reason I was initially wary of you was, basically because I figured you might be in cahoots with some group or individual we pissed off at some point in time.
私は 信じてもらえない
Might
かも
not
しれ
believe
ま
me,
せん
but
が、
I swear on my life that I'm not
私が
deceiving
ユーマさん
you
を騙していたりなんかは絶対にしていないってそう誓えます。
At that point, she makes an awkward frown.
偽名ですけど、
Well, my name is fake though. But why is your name is fake? Like, is it related to the promise we made with you? Yeah, I know. As someone who is claiming to be all clean and sincere though, that sure gives more than enough cause for suspicion. That alone is reason enough to not fully trust you in my mind.
名前について
I
は
have
ちょっ
good
と
reason
訳
for
があるんで
that,
す。
I promise.
でも
But it's
それは
nothing
後ろ
that
指を
would
させれる
tarnish
よう
my
なこ
image
とで
and
はありません。
reputation.
あ
Just
くまで
something
も
personal on my
個人
mind.
的な都合なんです。
I see. I know.
私は
I can
自
proudly
分自
proclaim
身を
that
潔白だと
I've never
胸を
done
張って
anything
主
to
張
be
するこ
ashamed
とが
of.
できますけど、
But if you distrusted me, then that only begs the question.
でもユー
Why
マ
would
さん
you
が
allow
その
me
ような
to
懸念を持って
accompany
い
you
た
on
と
the
いうの
job
なら、
if you're
それなら
worried
余
about
計
me
に
being
お仕
someone
事の
evil?
内容を見せちゃってはいけないのではないですか？
Yeah, that's a fair question. Because she might expose herself, like, or something along those lines. But I remember, I said I was initially aware of you. That doesn't hold anymore.
それはどうして
Then
です
what
か
changed your mind? Well, I got to know you a bit better over these past few days, and well, I don't believe you are at all capable of scheming some sort of a master plan to deceive me. Maybe she is some crazy mastermind, but she's excels at in the acting. But I kind of don't think so.
どういうことですかそれは
What are you trying to imply? She purses her lips, miffed.
なんだかそれ
I
って
don't know if I should
疑い
feel
が
happy
晴れ
about
た
that.
と素直に喜んでいいのか微妙にわかりませんよ
Yeah, I know. I really smile. But anyway, the point is, I don't feel any need to be wary of you anymore. Remember what you asked me in that park after our shopping trip? Huh? You asked whether I could liberate you, take something far away if you made the request to me. I still owe you an answer to that.
その答えは
And wait, that face sounded quite weird to me. Take you something far away. Maybe take you somewhere far away. It's probably cheaper. And your answer? My answer is yes. We liberators aren't allowed to deny potential client. No matter what reasons or circumstances brought them to us seeking our help, we will never turn them down. That's how we always separated.
いつだって
Always? Welcome, the coming. Speed departing guest. That's one of our principles. It's Susan's personal creed, you might say.
信念
Her creed? Right, so if you submit a formal request for us to rescue you, I can guarantee that I and Susan as well will do everything in our power to help you.
だから私に
So
お仕事のこと
that's
を
the
話
reason
し
why
て
you
く
told me
れ
the
たと
particulars of your work.
そういうことでいいのでしょうか
Can I take what you said that way? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And that aspect, though, maybe my approach was a bit too drastic.
強引ですか
Yeah, we kind of went ballistic with this. Drastic, how so? Well, showing someone what a chap over there is like without any prior explanation whatsoever is already pretty insane and, in its own right. And on top of that, I pushed all the explaining afterward onto the two grown-ups. But yeah, I figured if you were interested in becoming our client, you ought to see what exactly we do.
ありがとうございます
Thank you for that. She slightly costs, costs what costs. She slightly casts her eyes down, murmuring a soft blood. Kana?
まだいろいろと整理しなくてはいけないことはありますけど
There are still so many things I need to work out in my mind.
例えば私が
But supposing that
ユ
I
ーマ
did
さんた
request
ちに
assistance
何かしらのお仕
from the
事を
two
依
of you,
頼したとして
yeah,
報酬は
that would require
Irimasu
payment,
よね
wouldn't it? Well, yeah, sorry, but we're not doing this for fun. It's first and foremost our job. We can't take action unless we receive a physical compensation. I know it may seem heartless to you, but we are not running a charity. No matter what their requests, as long as the client came to us for a reason, we can only say yes. Turning people down is not an option. What I'm about to say might sound like it contradicts that, I realize. But there is still just too much distance between Kana and us. Too much of a rift for any sort of philanthropy to be considered. It has nothing to do with the trust or distrust. It's a simple matter of the depth of our relationship. The integral connection bounding to people. For that reason, we can't do something as harsh as undertaking her request for free right now. The client and the contractor. We have to form a strictly business relationship of that nature.
でも今の私は見ての通り、自分
Well,
の身の回り
I'm
の
sure you
ものも
know
買え
this,
ない状
but
態で。
I'm unable to even afford my own basic necessities at the moment. Recently I met her, right? And now, wonder shortly. I have a bit of a suggestion if you're interested.
提案？
A suggestion? For what? For how you could pay us?
はい。
I'm all ears. We'll have you pay us by taking care of our needs. Oh no.
そんな言い方するやつがあるかよ。
That's science. Sounds like we're putting ourselves in a bad spot. Because she will take it in her own way, like sure she will. You moron, could you not think of a better way to phrase that? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What's wrong with it? She bashfully presses her hands against your bosom. What? At least that's... this is not that kind of game. And I'm glad that it's not. But screaming around as she speaks, Kana? I think it's still a little too early in the day. Oh, wedding night, so... And that is when I realized my poorly inadequate choice for words. Sorry, I should have phrased that differently.
今日の下着はちゃんとしたも
Remember,
のでした
Kana?
でしょう
Did
か？
you put on your best looking pair of underwear today? Or did you not? Hello? First to Kana?
そこの物
You
陰
want
あ
to
た
do
り
it
で
right over there? Out of her sight? She caused your hat in severe confusion. Oh no. Please, Kana. Look, I'm sorry for that mistake, so could you please do me a favor and listen to me right now?
そんな
You must be
この人
joking.
目につくところでさ
Doing the deed in such a wide open area where even catches in the act. She blushes from ear to ear and the screams sound like a worm.
ユーマさんって
I had no idea it was so
大胆なんですね。
so dang. What are you talking about?
でも
Oh,
そういう
but
ところ
that's
も素
exactly
敵
what
で
I
す。
love about you.
肉食系
I
と
live
い
with
うや
it.
つなん
I
です
think
ね。
it's the word
毎
I'm
日
looking
ご帰
for.
宅してすぐにお夕飯よりもお風呂より
Man
も
who
迷わず
come
愛
home
妻
after a
を
long
選
day
択
and
しちゃう
just want
程
to
度に
get
は
her backers, but passionately love making with their sweet wife. I'm afraid she eat too much of that type of material. Can you please let me explain? Huh?
違うと
What do you need to explain? By our needs, I didn't mean anything sexual. I mean doing chores.
寮の雑
You just
務を
want me to do the chores? Yeah, so stuff like cleaning and laundry. I'm asking if you want to take care of that stuff for us. And as compensation for your manual labor, I will give you a small allowance. Well, that sounds a bit condescending. So how about a small salary? Oh, and hey, that would also mean you wouldn't just be wearing that maid outfit for show anymore.
そんなことでいいんですか？
Are you sure about this? She couldn't hide her bewilderment.
そんなことで
You
私の依頼を
undertake
請け
my
負って
quest
も
for
らえる
something
んで
as
す
simple
か？
as that? Yeah, sure. I think it's a pretty fair arrangement. Domestic chores are pretty physically demanding. You'd be surprised if... And if you have to do this every day? Strictly speaking, I'm the one who is in charge of scheduling Susan's jobs, negotiating payments and whatnot. So it should be alright for me to decide on the method of payment.
思うって
Are you sure? She smiles a bit teasingly. Well, you're right, she still holds the final say.
はい。
I understand. Well, don't worry, knowing her, I'm sure she will say yes. Kana? Her head is hung and she looks lost in thought about something. What's wrong, you alright?
いえ、
Sorry.
はい、
I'm
大丈
alright,
夫です。
yes, just,
ただ、
I was thinking about the
私が
request I
ユー
want
マさん
to
に依
make
頼し
and
たいお仕事は、
how it relates to the two
今日
different
説明
types
してい
of
ただい
jobs
た
I
お
learned
仕
about
事の
today.
あちら側
The
や
jobs in
こ
our
ちら
world
側。
and the jobs in the other worlds. But what's interesting is that she's not surprised in the slightest about the other worlds, so I guess if I she either traveled to the parallel worlds before, like or she might be from the parallel world herself, like.
その
I feel
ど
like
ちらの両分
request
とも言え
belongs
るし、
in
ま
both
た
categories,
はそうでもない
but
とも
also
言える
doesn't
も
in
の
a
なんです。
sense. Oh, really?
はい、
Yes.
とてもとても
the kiss
微
lies in
妙
a
な
way
線の上に立ってい
waving
る問題
gray
なんじゃない
between the
か
two
っ
of
て
them.
私は思うんです。だけど、
I'm sorry.
すみません。今の
I
私に
know
は
it's not a
これ以上
sufficient,
の上
but
手な説明
that's
が
the
で
best
きないんで
explanation
す。
I can give you right now.
言葉が足りないという
I don't
か、
know, but it's like
何と
I
伝
can
えれば
find
いいの
the
か
right
わから
words.
ないというか、
I don't know how to communicate it.
ごめんなさい。こんなことじゃ依頼云々以前の問題ですよね。
I guess there's some fundamental problem we have to work out before payment, isn't there? It should be fine.
でも、
What I want,
でも、
what I want more
もし
than
も許
anything
される
is
ことなら、
freedom. The permission
私は
comes.
ユー
I
マ
want
さ
you
ん
to
に
take this chance
私の
and
心
stick
に
in my
ぴ
mind
っ
and
たりと
pull
張
them
り
off.
付いた不自由をきれいに切り取ってもらいたいと、そう願ってます。私を自由にしてほしい。
You should talk it about some mental restrictions placed on you or what?
どこか遠くへ逃がしてほしい。
But it sounds like there is
これまで私が
something
暮ら
deeper
し
in
て
the
きたあ
play.
の場所の
I
束
want to
縛か
take
ら
me
逃
somewhere far, far away.
げ出したい。
I just want to escape from the pain, the shackles of that place I was forced to live in for so long.
そのためにユーマさん、もしもあなたが力を貸してく
If
れ
you
た
could
なら、
in some way help me with that,
遠い昔
if
に
you could agree
約
to
束
use
してくれたみたい
imagine for
に、
my sake, like
も
you
し
said you
も
would,
魔法
and you
使い
made
さ
that
んのあ
promise
な
to
た
me
が
so many years
私の
ago.
ために優しく魔法を使ってくれる
If
な
you
ら、
could do that, then that would be enough to set my mind at ease.
とてもとても力強いことだと思ったんです。
The promise, the promise I made to you?
はい、
Yes,
約束。
that
This
promise. About that, what exactly did I swear to you all these years ago? I want to ask you about the nature of this promise. That would be a good question to ask. But I can't bring myself to. I remember nothing about my promise with you, nothing in the slightest. But there is that dream I keep seeing. A voice calls out to me, pleading for me to save them. Everything I see is white, and they then say to me it's a promise. To me, perhaps to the past me that existed on that day. A promise. Right, I made a promise to them. Interesting. It seems like he is also distinguishes between his current self and Kana Yuma, like who existed before. But it does make sense since the cost for using Shinku's power is like it's not simply losing memories as we know, like it's eroding his own self, like. Right, I made a promise to them. both to Kana and to the person whispering to me in my dream. I can't deny that I'm trying to draw connection between the two in my mind. I beg of you, please save us. Maybe it's a plea from a subconscious mind to my conscious mind to convince it to recall the events of that day. Or maybe there is an entirely different reason behind it. Well, either way, there's no way I can start asking someone questions based on the things I see in some vague fuzzy dream. Do you think I'm crazy? That's assuming I can even find the right words to adequately describe it. That's just how dreams work, I think.
夏目さんは
Do you think,
夏目さん
do you think Natsume-san
引き受けてく
is
れ
going
る
to
でしょう
take
か
on my request?
私のお願いを
I don't see any reason why she would refuse her. And it would be convenient for us as well, like. Because everyone seems to be a slow boy in this dorm. Well, probably. You should be fine, as long as you are sincere when you make your case to her. I can see why she would refuse. Also, in the small of chance, astronomically small of chance, that some problem arises and Sulu-san can take your request, I'll be willing to take it on personally.
ユーマさんが個人的に
You would do that? Sure. That being said, I'm still only an apprentice. I've never done a solo job before, so your request might end up being my first. Therefore, the only question that whether or not you're okay with leaving your request in the hands of someone who is entirely lacking in experience.
そんな未熟だなんて
Shouldn't say that. You're perfectly capable. Alright, so here will be our plan. Once you have saved up enough money through your work here to pay us in full, we'll officially take on your request. Sound good?
はい
Of course. She nods with a glee.
嬉しいです
I'm so happy right now. I'll have you fill us in on all the details when the time comes, and let that mean a full coherent explanation from A to D. Nothing omitted. Huh? That means you will have to come clean about the fake name and the reason why you jumped off the guardrail of the lighthouse that night. Also, the supposed promise between us, and yes, I know the onus should be on me to remember.
それは
Well, won't ask you any question until we officially take your requests. Then we have entered into a proper client-contractor relationship. That's fine by you?
はいわかりました
Yes, that's fine by me. She tightly clasps one of my hands. What?
ありがと
Thank you
うございます
so very much. She smiles warmly.
私
To tell you the
実を
truth,
言うと結
was
構
in quite the
ピン
predicament.
チだったんです
Hmm?
はい
I was,
でも
but I have been saved by
私は
so
本
many
当
people,
に
and
たくさんの人たちに助け
now
ら
I
れま
add
した
you to that list.
そして今度は
Well, I still don't
ユ
know
ーマ
if
さんに
will I be able to save you or not.
それでもいいんです今日は一歩前進させていただいたように思います
Thanks to you, I have been able to make significant progress. Oh?
はい
I mean it.
私
I'm going to do
ユーマさ
everything
ん
in
に
my power
私の願
to
いを叶えてもらえるようになるまで頑張りますね
Alright.
そして
And hopefully
私との
I'll
約
be
束を
able to
思い
get
出
you
し
to
てもらえ
remember
る
our
まで
promise sometime too. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that.
はい
Yes. Could I maybe just throw in the towel now and get you to tell me everything?
ダメですよ
Of course not.
忘れっぽいユー
I'm
マさ
not
んには
telling.
教えてあげません
She smiles a bit teasingly. Keep the iron, okay? Let's work hard together. You have until I have saved up enough money. I will try. Great, You actually do manage to fully remember everything as it happened. Then what? Let's see. Maybe I will take a bath with you for reward. Pass. She puffs up her cheeks peevishly. Oh, by the way, just for the curiosity's sake, could you tell me how much I work? I need to do to reach that requirement amount. How about we do in individual task system? An individual task system? What do you have in mind? Cleaning the bathroom, 10 yen. Huh? Washing the dishes, 3 yen. You can save up little by little. How old do you think I am? I mean, I'm not actually going to use those numbers. We're just illustrating how the system would work. This one more thing I'm curious about. What is that? Imagine if you would actually pay her like 3 yen for washing the dishes. That's the standard market price for Liberator service. It generally depends on the kind of request, but usually about 10 million yen, give or take it a bit. How many years I'm going to be working to save up that much? All the eternity. But well, like, is it really so like 10 million yen? It's a staggering amount of money. Well, just be patient with it. You want to be patient? It's so easy for you to say. Well, keep in mind that is market standard we're talking about. Your case is a bit special, so you probably won't add up a bit that much. But it depends on what Susan determines. I feel like I might be sitting in a rocking chair. It's a gray hair by the time I'm done. What's bad about that? I'm not even denying that. Well, okay. I mean, that probably would be bad. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is take it slow and steady. I can't afford to take my time though. Well, anyway, once you have saved that. I like how we changed the topic. Once you saved up the money, we'll take on your request. In the meantime, I'll start thinking about the things you had trouble explaining to me today. That way, when the time comes, you'll be able to give us a good detailed explanation. Okay. I'll try to do that. Yuma-san. Huh? Oh, what is it? Thank you so very much. With that, the corners of your mouth slowly rise as a modest smile forms on your face. That concludes my brief. That was quite a thorough recap. What I give you on that? I stand next to Kana, who is still hard at work on the dishes, but at least it explains what is going on now, like what the sum is about. And look at him. Oh wow. Whoa, what? I haven't broken a single plate at all. My bad if I was mistaken, but I've been under the impression that you're kind of a klutz. Do you remember a few days ago when I was making a dinner? I think you said something along the lines of if I were doing this, I would have broken about 1 or 2 plates already. Oh, did I now? It's very curious that you can somehow manage to remember something as teensy and tiny as that. She pushes her lips they evidently bitter about that.
と言いますか。
Wait, does that mean
もし
that
かしてそれを
Jason
心
have been
配していたから、
standing next to
さ
me
っき
this
からず
whole
っと
time
私
is
の横に
because
立っているんですか？
you worried about how to break something? Yeah, pretty much. I was afraid you would drop the plates and they would crash all over the floor.
さすがにそんなわけあり
Oh,
ま
I
せ
can
ん
assure
よ。
you none of that
私は
will be
掃除
happening.
洗濯は大得意なんですから。
Housework is one of my fortes. I will, if you know. Oh, really now? Kana is good at housework. Let's make a mental note of that.
はい、お掃除もお洗濯もお
You
料理
bet.
と同じくらい
I'm
得
good
意
as
なんです。
housework as no. As I'm with cooking, no, that's not giving us much favor. Huh? I just pretend I didn't hear that.
何がですか？
Why is that? Nothing. I'm just talking to myself. Sometimes ignorance truly is a bliss. For example, being convinced that you're exceptional at something that you're actually dimly terrible at. Quite a bitter pill to swallow.
ユーマさん、
Yuma-san? Hmm?
最後にもう一
Can I ask
つ
you
だ
one
け
final question?
質問をしてもいいでしょうか？
Sure. What do you wanna know?
神様の世
It's
界、
about the divine
最果
sanctum,
ての古書店です。
the great library of the beyond.
その場所には
I call you
生
saying
きた
that
人間
only
は
person can
誰
never
も
reach
行けないんで
it.
すよね。それなら
So
どう
then,
して
how is Natsume-san
夏目さん
so
は
knowledgeable
あんなに
about
神様の
it?
世界について詳しいんですか？
Well,
それは
yes. Remember, she's a crazy bookworm. It's probably just because of that. The amount of knowledge stowed away inside your heart is endless, so it's probably even natural that she knows a thing or two about it.
そんなものでしょう
Is
か？
that really the reason? Yeah, more than likely. Irrespective of your reading habits, it's an undeniable fact that even people are being whisked away to some off location. That place is what we are searching for. The place of my dream. The place where that voice calls to me. At least I think they are the same place. Earlier today, as you recall, we did everything in our power to relocate the client Sugar-san located to this dorm. The shelter here. That's essentially what our jobs over there consist of.
でも今日の依頼者さ
But
ん、
the client, that
あの子
girl,
は
she gave up
途
before
中
we
で
could
走る
make
のを
it
諦
here.
めた。
I know. She chose to protect your world, the world that your family lives in. The girl's parents were the ones who made the initial request to us. They save our daughter. With that in mind, we can discount the possibility that the girl had her mind set from the onset of the things. But if she did make a request to us, she still had her doubts about the whole thing. But we were unable to sway her for some reason. Maybe securing a future for her, what was more important to her than her own life. You're probably wondering why we shelter them here. This dorm is a central point of intersection, sort of non-interference zone that lies outside the vision of the great library of the beyond. From what I have been told, at least.
らしいですか？
That's all you have been told? Yeah, I only have a surface level understanding of it, basically. And I can't blame you for that. Because that's a lot today. Personally, the class doesn't interest me so much as the effect. The how and why lies in between don't really do much to arouse my curiosity. There is a class which gives rise to an effect. It's simple as that. If I ascertain the underlying logic and the principles behind the phenomenon, it would still remain impossible for me to change both the cause and the effect. I guess that stuff doesn't really matter right now. It's advice to bring over things you will never understand on your own. But yeah, what I learned about your surprising adeptness at the household chores today. Huh? Never mind. Oh no. You both look at one another. Well, I suppose I jinxed it for you. And we have the transition now. Alright, time to write today's diary entry.
ユーマは日記が苦手だと言うけど、
There's plenty for you
今
to
日は
write
書く
about
ことが
today.
多いから、
So you
あまり
shouldn't
悩んだ
have
りし
to
なく
waste
て
much
いいよ
time
な。
aching your brains. Okay. I like this writer that lays on his table. And the whole shot as well, like. Okay, so today I went shopping along with Kana. I heard that single event in a simple sentence and didn't get up from my chair. That's usually like pretty crappy at writing about our day-to-day life in the diary. Oh yeah, so today I went shopping along with Kana. I got that single event in a simple sentence, then I get up from my chair. Alright, I suppose that will do for...
いいかなとか
Don't you
言い
dare
出すな
finish
よ。
that sentence, mister. Wait, timidly, I turn around to face the disgruntled Shinku. That's not enough.
ダメに決まっ
Of
てる。
course it's not.
昨日も言った
You
ろ
don't。remember what I told
そ
you
んなのは
yesterday.
日記じゃない。
Something that
ただの
short
メ
is
モだって。
enough. Haven't you ever heard saying beauty is the soul of the deed? I mean, what's the big deal anyway? Nobody but me will ever see it.
そういうへりくつ言うんじゃないよ。
I don't want to hear any more excuses out of your mouth. Can you really call that an excuse though?
仕方ない。
Fine,
それじゃあ今日も一緒に書こうか。私たちの日記。今日はあの子と買い物に行った以外にもいろいろあったじゃないか。
Why would you
忘れたなんて言わないでほしいんだ。
like if other things
お
happen
願い
besides
だから。
you shouldn't your shopping trip with the girl and don't you dare tell me you forgot. What else? What else?
あの子に
You showed that
か
the
なり
girl
ユーマ
Kana.
の仕事内容を見せてやった
What do you do for the work and
管理人と師匠に頼んで詳しい説明をしてもらった。
which they did. Alright, almost forgot about that.
そんなことってお前
What
な。
did I just tell you?
なんだよ、その早速忘れてましたっていうような言い草は。
That this also could be just an effect of us using your power. Like. Because they told about how it makes you more forgetful the more he keeps using it. But did I just tell you? Hey, I said almost. I didn't actually forget. Following Shinku's instructions closely, I fell in the end here. All the while asking myself why I have this weird aversion to something as simple as writing a diary entry. Alright, I'm done. Is that good enough for you, Shinku? Yeah, but
上出来だ。
looks good to me. She nods satisfied.
お前はちゃんとやればできる子なのに。それなのにどうしてこんなにも腰が重いのかな。
Yeah, I guess I've done when I want to, so maybe if you praise me a little more, it would do wonders for me in terms of motivation.
あ
Sure.
あ、偉いな、ユーマ
You
は。
did great today, Yuma.
私の自慢だ。
No, I'm very proud of you. That was a little too serious sounding. I just feel weird. I was really half joking when I said that.
本気だよ、私は。これくらいのことでちゃんと日記を書いてくれるようになるなら、
If price will make you write your entries like a good boy, I will fight you all you want. Sales only at me. That's a cute one here. In a way, that seems indicate another way I checked out Feliz for today. I forgot to mention.
What? What did you
forget? I made a new promise with Kana today, didn't I?
あの子がユーマたちに仕事を依頼できる必要額のお金を貯金できたとき、改めてユーマはあの子の依頼を受ける。
Essentially, as was not, that Orta promise has really been bugging me lately. Kana sees that she and I met once, a long time ago.
その時にも何かを約束したと言ってたな。
That you made some sort of a promise with her then,
ユーマがあの子を助けるというニュア
something
ン
that
スの
involved saving
約
her.
束を。
Yeah, but I can't remember anything like that ever happening. I prefer the pages of Shinku's book. This book contains reports of her every single day that has passed since I met her. But on none of these pages do I see anything that resembles Kana's story. Did Haley make some sort of a promise with her? You wouldn't happen to remember anything, would you, Shinku? Could be something I just forgot to write down in the book.
ごめんな。
Sorry, but I don't.
わからない。
You and I
私とユーマは一
are
心
one
同体。
on body and
いわば運命共同体のようなものだから。
Really? I've had this in a sense to share.
ある程度の
Other than
個人情報的な記憶や生前の思い出などは別として、二人が一緒になった日からの記憶は共有しているんだ。
We are two as one
二
and
人
one
で
as
一
two.
人、二つで一つ。そういう具合に。だから、
So it wasn't
ユーマが覚えていないことを私だけが覚えていられるというような道理はどこにもないんだよ。もちろんその逆もしかりだ。そうだよ。
Well, normally that would
本来なら
be
ね。
the case. What's that supposed to mean? This more to that? She seems to be hinting at something.
ユーマは最近
I've been slacking
日記を
with
書くのを
your
面倒
diary
くさがるから
for later. If I don't watch
私
you
が
over
ちゃん
like
と
a
こうして
hawker,
見ていないと
immediately
すぐに
take
手
the
を
easy
抜
way
く。
out. This is your
詳細な日記内容とは言い難い。
any definition of the word.
だからなのか。
So maybe that's
それとも
why, or alternatively,
それとも
it's because you're using my power too
力を
much.
使いすぎているのか。ともかく
Whatever the
最
case,
近は私が覚えていても
I've started to notice,
ユーマの方が
there are some
覚えてい
things
ない
to
っ
remember
て
that
こ
you
とが
want.
ちらほらではあるけど見られるなってそう思うんだ。
Really? I haven't noticed anything like that myself.
要するに
The point I'm
ちゃん
trying
と
to
日
make
記を
here
書けっ
is
て
that
こ
we
とが
need
言い
to
たいんだよ。私は
taking this seriously.
今の
It's
ユー
extremely
マが
vital that you record
これからのユーマであり続けるために
also don't lose your identity at some point down the line. I just need to record my daily life.
そう
Right.
日記を
You
書
need to
く
record
こ
your
と
daily life.
忘れっぽいユーマには
Something
必
quite
要なんだ
necessary
よ。
for
その習
someone as
慣は
forgetful as you are. I look at the open book spread across the desk. That reminds me. These words spill from my mouth unwittingly in the form of a murmur.
どうした？何がそういえばなんだ？
Something come to mind? Well, think you, think back to that day. The day you and I first met. Then you structured me to write down my daily life into that book to keep my fickle memory intact. Falling in love. That seems to be the thread that everything leads back to. I shut my eyelids and revisit that distant memory. That fateful day when I was still a young boy. The day was when it all began.
恋をしようか。
Let's experience what it's like to fall in love. Is it a flashback? Huh? I was immersed in reading her book back then, so much that I was losing track of the time. But hearing her voice, I lifted my head. What did you say?
恋だよ。
Love,
恋。
romantic feelings. I wanted to
私
experience
に
the
で
one
きな
thing
かっ
I
た
was
ことの
never
一
able
つを
to.
君に代わりに叶えてもらう。
What do you mean by that?
わからないか？
Do I need to clarify? I'm talking
はい。
about love and
は
affection.
い。
Developing feelings
誰かを
are
好きになる
another
ということ。
individual.
その定義は
That wasn't what my question was about. The definition is important, but that wasn't what perplexed me. Why me? Why do I have to fall in love? Develop feelings for someone?
私の本を読んだ人間
Being
は
who is from my
強
book
制
is
的に
is
私の夢を叶えるための力を得ることになっている
feeling my dream.
らしい。
So it seems at least. So it seems at least. Huh? She didn't even know herself.
その成り立ちを
Understand,
な
we
ぜ
want to ask
だと
me
か
questions,
どう
such
し
as
てだと
why
か聞かれても
it is
実際の
that
と
way
ころは
or
私にもよく
how
わ
such
か
a
らな
thing
い。
came to be.
正しい回答を用意してやれない。
You know answers. It's something I myself don't even understand.
ただ事実としてそういうことになって
All I
い
know is
る
that it's fact.
ということ
It
し
wasn't
か
reality.
私にはわから
That's
な
the
いし
extent of what I can
そう
tell
としか
you.
言えないんだ。その力を
So
得
in
るのと引
exchange
き換えに
for taking
君
possession
は
of said power, you must
ユーマ
ultimately
は
experience love.
恋をしなければいけないらしい。
So it seems. What do you mean? It seems.
私はこの本の説明書みたいなもの
It's
なんだ。
something like this book's instruction manual.
だから、
And
この
slime
本の
and
正しい
those
使い
with
方を知っているし、
how to correctly
その取り
use it
扱い
and,
を
I have the
ユーマ
ability
に
to
説
explain
明
to
す
you
ることがで
in
き
words
る。
how to handle it.
でも、
But
説明書の
if
私
you
が
ask me why I
どう
hold
して
the
そんな知識を
solutions
持っているの
inside of
か、
me, all I can
そん
ask
な
you
のは
is,
知らない。
I don't know.
あらかじめ私の中にあった知識を語ることしかできない。
Information is there.
だか
Just
ら、
why I don't claim certain
らしいだ。
Interesting.
ともかく、
Anyhow,
まとめるとだな。
short of it is this
私の本を読んだユーマは、
having read the contents of
私
my
と
book,
契約を結んでしまったということなんだ。
a contract.
そう、
Indeed,
私の願いを叶えるという契約を。
it's really my most desired wish, which is so I'm going to fulfill your wish.
そうだな。
Mm.
この場合の契約とは、
This
義務ではなくて、
contract, I would say is
あくまで
less of a
権利だ。
commitment and more of a privilege bestowed. Does it have something to do with big space in the lab?
かもな。
It might. It might. That's an answer. You'll know for sure.
ごめんな。
And so, must
私はあ
remember
くまで
only
も
play the
説
role
明
of
書だか
the
ら。
instruction manual. Just smile at me apologetically.
ユーマは私の
You'll
願い
fulfill
を
my
叶え
wish,
てく
and
れる。
in return, I will help you
その
to
お返し
fulfill
に
your
私もユーマの願いを叶えるための手伝いをする。それが私たちの契約内容だ。
What was my wish? Once I began to ponder that question, I unconsciously blocked out of everything she said. Wishes, inspiration, aspiration, dreams. What exactly were my wishes, my aspirations, my dreams? But no matter how hard I prodded the depths of my mind, I was unable to produce anything that I clarified. Shinku. Hmm?
なんだユーマ
What is it, Yuma?
質問か
A question? You have
質問
any?
があ
I
る
would
のな
gladly
ら
answer.
何でも答えて。
I have no memories.
は
Come again?
記憶がない
You have no memories, you say? Yeah. I have felt really weird ever since I woke up in here. I don't know, it's just like I scanned the room around me. An old apartment room. Simply being there made me feel incredibly uncomfortable. It was like I was trespassing in some total stranger's living quarters. I explained to Shinku that I felt a distinct lack of identity. That the sole thing I remembered was my own name. So yeah, I don't remember anything from any point in my life before today.
本当
You
に
really
何
don't
も
remember anything
覚えていないの
at all?
か
I think yes or not.
どうやって
That you
私
don't
の本を手に入れ
know
た
how
の
you
か
obtained
も
my book either? No. That's why I felt so confused when you told me to experience love. I could never. How was I supposed to experience something that I didn't even know the first thing about? I just can't.
Huh?
Hmm? I'm not capable of falling in love.
そうか
Oh. You're asking way too much of me. I don't even know what a love is supposed to feel like.
なるほど
I see now. So you don't
恋
know
がどういうこと
what
か
the
わ
meaning of
から
love
ない
is like to you? The sorceress nodded to herself about flashing me before flashing me a beaming smile.
私たちは
You
本当
quite
に
like me in that
よく
regard.
似ているな
Huh?
わかるよ
I
恋
can much relate.
難
Love is
しいよな
complicated thing, I know.
そんなことをいきなり言われても
And it's
戸惑ってしまうばかりだっていうユーマの気持ちはよくわかる実は
To tell you the truth,
私も
I'm
ユー
in
マ
the
と
same
同
boat
じ
as
で
you and she's
記
still
憶が
made
曖昧なんだ
this request us. My memories are fuzzy. His smile was a bit self-deprecating.
どうして自分
As
が
a matter
今
of
こ
fact,
こでこうしてい
I
る
don't
の
even
か
know
も
why I'm here doing what I
実
am.
のところよくわからないんだ
So we might have contact with you, but neither of us knows how it happened or why we're here. At least, if you best, it's on this exchange. What I had meant to ask, what do you mean? I meant to ask what do you mean by that, but honestly, she was purposely interrupting me. Sources softly plopped her hand atop my head.
それじゃあユーマ
Alright, Yuma.
こう
How
しよ
about
う
this? You and I together will
私と
study
一緒に
up
恋を
what
勉
it
強しよ
is
うか
to be in love. We'll study?
そう
Yes.
わからない
Suppose
こ
we
とを
join our
二人
hands
一緒に
together to shed the light
解き
on
明かしてい
this
こう
subject we both still don't quite understand. You and me? The simple way in which she spoke that we're together, it was so calming. It made me feel warm and fuzzy. A sense of comfort like the inside of my chest was being lightly brushed with a tip of a white feather.
ともかく
At any rate,
私たちは恋を
you
知
have
ら
to
なけ
learn
れ
what
ばい
it
けな
means
い
to fall in love.
誰かを
You
愛し
have
て
to
いかなけれ
eventually
ばい
harbor
けない
these feelings for another person.
そのルールに変更はない
That condition
そういう
cannot be
決まりだ
changed.
私たちが
But
恋を
as
知ら
for
な
the
くてはい
reason why
けない
we
わけ
absolutely must fall in love,
その道理を
I couldn't tell you.
今の私がユーマに説明することはできないけれど
Because you are unsure about this and like it's something you really don't want to tell us. Because you don't have memories either?
ああそうだな
Yeah, so that's right. A warm smile spread across your face. Shuffled my hair.
こんな曖昧
And
な記
with
憶
my
状
memories
況で
being
は
fuzzy as
恋
they
と
are,
いう定義も
I
経
can pull
験
an
則で推し
understanding of
量る
life
ことがで
from
きない
any prior life experience I might have had.
ただその言
All
葉
I
の
know
意味を
is
知っていると
the simple definition of the word.
そういう程度でしか
I
な
think
いん
more
だよ
nothing less. Man, shouldn't I? Really alike, I thought. Considering the long journey that laid ahead of us, I wouldn't have asked for a better traveling companion. That's what happens when you try to speak without taking any break before continuing with the next line. Hmm? All of a sudden, the door bell rang. Ah? Upon opening the door, I found a little girl standing there. A girl whose face I had never seen before. Hey there! Oh, a friend of yours? I didn't think she was. So I could only reply to the girl one way. Who are you? She fell silent as I cast her gaze to the ground. What's wrong? Are you alright? Shoulders were even shaking, like her boiling point had just been reached. Are you really okay? You're shaking. You jerk! Out of nowhere she hit me. What was that for? Don't fall off a cliff, I care. As I laid on my backside, Dale continued assaulting me with kick after kick, unrelatedly. Why are you so mean to me every single day? You're hurting me. Fine, if you want to keep her being a mini pants, then I'm never going to make lashes for you ever again. The girl tossed some pouch-like finish her hat in her hand at me and stormed off. The girl was like quite upset with you. Are you sure she's not a friend?
それも結構近しい間柄の。
Man, Mio used to be more violent. Now she has like some restraint in here while dealing with us. Seem to be as intimate one that. I thought I told you. I didn't like having to repeat myself. I don't have any memories. And that's the end of the chapter, and which is the butterfly vacation, the butterfly effect. Which already sounds like an interesting name for the next chapter. But I think we're gonna continue with the chapter 4 the next time. So thank you everyone for watching this, and see you the next time. Ciao.